Hello guys and welcome to another video with Cass on the Maizuma channel. So first of all, just a quick update. I will start by apologizing for the audio quality because my headset just broke like 2 days ago, 2 or 3 days ago. And I also went sick and I tried to do some stuff to the software on my computer and then I ended up killing the entire operational system. I swear, a computer virus could not destroy my computer further than what happened. And then I spent so many hours, actually days, trying to restore all of my setup, trying to work with backups and things like that. And now I think I got something that I can work with for a little while because I'm super highly motivated to do videos for you guys with the projects I've been doing recently. You would know more about that if you followed me on Twitter or maybe on Discord. But that's about it. With that said, let's go guys. So what I bring you today is this simple automated campfire design. So if I press the button, we can turn the campfire off with a little bit of a splash of water, and then we can turn it back on, and that's basically it. And I have done a similar project in the past, but it was a little bit more complicated. Like this one is crazy compact and simplified. It's just one wide, and I also added a variation here that makes it a 2x2 footprint, where I basically, like you see this comparator and observer here, I just made them, like I put them sideways here, yeah, and I also want to show you that it works with candles. Not very useful because it's not as seamless, and not that this is, but it looks seamless, but it works. See, it's back on again, and there's finally this version, which is pretty much this 3-wide version, plus this, like, I'm basically trying to power the final dispenser through this block, because as you can see, this design requires a solid block at the surface level, and this one doesn't. So you can decorate it with slabs and stairs all around it, and it's cool. And it also shows that it works with soul sand campfires. There's no difference. So this design is actually really simple to build, but there are a few details that you need to know if you want to have fun with this, especially with the trick that we have to use in order to place the minecart inside the droppers here. Since they're immovable blocks, we don't get to use pistons here, at least that I know. So yeah, let's get started guys. And this is how it all starts. We're gonna have a 3x1 footprint here, and it's going to be 4 tall, including the campfire itself. And this is the surface level, so we can start by temporarily placing a pair of droppers here, and on top you're gonna need a dispenser. So next up we can place our hopper here, and now we need to worry about the minecart, which is why we're gonna build a little bit of a temporary structure here. So to begin with, we need to replace this with a temporary wall. It can be any kind of stone wall, cobblestone wall, it doesn't matter. And here you're gonna need a solid block so that this face changes. Otherwise, your minecart's going to fall through. And actually, I forgot something here. We need a support block here, and place regular rail here and here. Actually, you need to delete this because we're trying to build a curved rail here. So now you can place your powered rail back and get rid of the temporary rails and put your wall back here. So not the most amazing building order, but that's how it goes. So place your hopper minecart there, and now you can just press the button, and your minecart should be perfectly placed where it needs to be, on top of the hopper and inside this dropper here. We do this because otherwise we have no way of taking the items that go inside the dispenser away. And I like to also replace this curved rail with a powered rail, because powered rails are supposed to not let minecarts move out of place. So maybe this happens, maybe it doesn't, I don't know. So now place back your dropper. Try your best to not bump into the minecart. You can press F3B in order to see the hitbox of the minecart so that you can avoid it easily. And then place a comparator here and a observer block facing upwards, just like so. And now comes the final trick, which is to fill up the containers with what we need. I almost forgot it, but we also need a torch down here before we do anything else. This is going to be the input block. I already had a button here. It doesn't have to be a target block, but if you use a target block, it's going to make your life easier when you're going to when hooking up the input system, which is something I want to show you guys because I know sometimes you like when I do it, so I will do it this time. Okay, so let's now fill up the slots here. So From bottom to top, on the inside the hopper, we are gonna have a flint and steel. So I enchanted mine with Unbreaking 3, so it lasts longer. Normally it would last for 64 uses, and this one is going to use 2 of those, so more than 128 uses. So the first dropper at the bottom should be empty. The middle one should have a water bucket. Inside the minecart, we're gonna place a water bucket on first slot and 4 sticks on the other ones. It's just filler items. And then on the top dispenser, we're gonna have another enchanted flint and steel. So, and this is all it should require in order for this thing to work. So let's run our first test by pressing the button, and then put it out, and now it turned on. So it's working, guys. So it's gonna cycle between the items inside the containers, and every time it's going to fire this thing. So with the Unbreaking enchantment, there's always a chance that your flint and steel will not be spent. So see, we still have full durability here. Alright, so you may now cover up the floor just so you can see how the surface looks, and then we can work on the input system. So the first thing we're going to do is to try and activate this with a button on the surface level. But the first thing you should know is there are 4 places where you should never try and place your buttons, which are those 4 here. Because if you do, it's going to trigger the dispenser at the top, and then your system is going to break, and it's going to be very annoying. The diagonal corners, on the other hand, are very much functional, which is why we're going to use it. So one simple way of doing it is to just have a piston here, like a sticky piston in this case, hook it up to a observer here, and we can power this block through this piece of redstone dust. So what we can do now is to just use a repeater. I was kind of unprepared here. So repeater, and set it to be on 2 ticks. See, if we press the button now, it switches. Press the button again, it switches, and see, even when it spills water, it doesn't destroy the buttons. You can see it from here, for instance, that it doesn't have anything around it, and water still won't spill because the system is designed to pulse it quickly, so water won't spill too much. I guess I can also show you how to hook it up to a lever. So place your lever. Let's destroy our current input system, and let's have a pair of, oh, I cannot place those here, so let's do it like so. Let's have a, this is messy, but that's okay. So have a pair of observers facing downwards, and place redstone dust on top. We're gonna use double powering here, and then yeah, that's about it. So if I flick the lever now, it turns on. Flick the lever again, turns off. It's a fast kind of input. And finally, just because we are allowed to have fun, we'll just show you a variation of the system without the campfire. So if I press the button, we have actually fire put on top. And if I press the button again, we have, well, apparently a fish. And if we press the button again, we're gonna have lava. And if we press the button again, we're gonna have snow powder. So it doesn't make sense at all. I have no idea how you guys, what kind of use you guys would have for that, but it just showcases the kind of thing you can do with this little setup, just in case it serves you on any of your future projects. But that's about it, guys. I hope this tutorial was useful. If it was fun or not, maybe leave a like. Okay, thank you very much for watching, and see you soon, guys. Goodbye.